Hey, another commentary. This is on Desert Village. This was pretty recent. There is a topic I want to touch on before I actually talk about the gameplay, and that is again the whole leg damage issue. It's a pretty big one. We actually got a response back from Arnie, who's the PR manager or community manager of Uncharted. I mean, for Naughty Dog, and he had posted just the other day that the whole leg damage thing is intentional. Now, this is a pretty big deal because he also says it's been like this since launch, which means it's been like this since the Subway beta. One thing that we didn't know about was the leg damage, because back then in the Subway beta we didn't have custom games, so we couldn't test this stuff out at all. So we were under the impression that the legs were taking less damage at the time. And because players' general skill level was pretty low, you didn't really encounter those moments where you died instantly. So this match here demonstrates some parts where I die practically instantly, and if I wouldn't have died otherwise if the legs were taking less damage. There's some key moments here I'm going to point out, but back to what I was talking about. The legs, their reasoning behind it is that it creates a flow for the player. Like, they aren't confused, like, why this guy died this much later compared to the other guy. Like, why this guy took 8 shots and then this other guy took 7 or 6. So, I could sort of understand that, but then that's just dumbing down the game. Like, that's just dumbing it down. That's not competitive. That's making it so all players, there's a smaller skill gap then between players. So, you're going to have a casual player able to probably do just as good as someone that plays this every day. I mean, maybe not as amazing, but they'll probably come out positive pretty often. And that while that's not a problem, the player that's been playing longer should be more skillful. You know, they should be more skillful in evasion and their defensive abilities, like rolling and jumping and things like that. So, you know, with those options are nerfed, essentially, when you go this route. And right now, we're all basically playing Uncharted 2 1.05 with 2 extra, shots to the torso and legs and stuff. Well, not legs, but, like, we have extra, like, 1 extra bullet or 2 extra bullets to take. Now, okay, this is a good example. Okay, so I spawn here, my buddy, and I'm shooting this guy. I'm getting shot over there in the head and then the torso, and then blind fire. Look at where those shots are going. That was ridiculous. And now I die. Okay, that was a great example right there alone, because you saw where those shots were going, right? They were going right towards my lower body. I was hanging on the wall. The blind fire was very clearly hitting where my legs were. And they were still going in that direction even after I dropped down from there. And then here we go again. Okay, so as I climbed up there, you should have noticed that the way the bullets were going, they were hitting my legs there, right as I turned there. Now, he was obviously hitting me mostly in the torso. I probably would have made some kind of difference, but either way, it's a problem, and it's making a lot of guns seem way more powerful than they're supposed to be, and because they added stopping power to the game, this health model doesn't work. See, originally in the Subway beta, the health model was working just fine because there was no stopping power, and now that there's stopping power, the health is not working with it, because you're forced, when you get shot by 1 burst of the G-Mal, you get slowed to a crawl, like see right there. And when you get slowed to a crawl, you're forced to roll or jump. Rolling and jumping aren't affected by the stopping power. So because of that, you're forced to roll, and the player that shot you with that 1 burst just has to react to which direction you're going. And because the legs aren't taking less damage, and even though they're smaller hurt boxes, essentially, it doesn't matter. You know, it's pretty easy to hit a target like these characters. And, you know, when you're rolling, you're curling up your body, sort of making yourself a little bit more vulnerable, even if it doesn't look like it. So, anyway, as you're rolling, they're gonna track you, and they can just spray everywhere, and they'll likely get you anyway. So, excuse me, that's mainly my point with that. And see, there was another example right there. I jump across. Again, you know, just nerfing the Gmail stopping power won't fix this issue because, as you can see there, the stopping power wouldn't have mattered if that was nerfed because I would have jumped anyway and he still would have caught me there. So if legs were taking less damage, probably wouldn't have happened. I don't know if he was hitting me at the legs near the end there or not, but basically in this match, I'm just trying my very best to do well, and I'm just sorely distracted by everything. I'm just distracted by how the legs are just bothering me. It's just bothering me. I'm thinking about it because I know it exists because I know it's, you know, I know that that's why I'm dying. It's not just lag. So anyway, we've got these guys coming up on me here. Throw a grenade. Elena doesn't get hit by it, even though she's clearly hanging there, and I've had people die, you know, I've died there before. Now this guy, he's shooting me. I looked at this in his perspective, and he shot me in the legs there. He shot me in the legs there. That is another example. That is the example I am talking about when you're jumping off a building. When you're jumping off a building, you've already been shot once by a burst of the Gmal. Just simply nerfing the stopping power won't fix that problem that you just saw there. You're still gonna die. I don't think this is the right health model. I think it's not gonna work with stopping power. I'm not saying to remove stopping power. I'm saying that the legs should be taking less damage. Maybe not as extreme as the videos I took a few days ago, or I mean a week ago, but certainly less damage, period, would make for a better game. A more balanced game. And that's what Naughty Dog wants, right? That's what they've said they wanted. They also said they wanted players not to use the same gun. You know, that's why they went with loadouts. Well, we have players, a majority of players using the Gmal and the FAL. I don't see anyone else using the AK or the M9 when they're highly skilled. So, you know, because there's no gun variety, I feel like they're just sort of contradicting themselves when it comes to what they want with this game. And it just shows to me that Naughty Dog didn't learn anything from Uncharted 2 when they made 1.05 and 1.06. So, that's my rant on this subject. I guess I can't really talk too much about this gameplay here. It's just sort of a mixed bag, this match. I just wanted to commentate over this because there were some clear examples here where leg damage, if you were taking less, it would have mattered quite a bit. I would have survived. And that's a big part of Uncharted, I feel. So, I hope you enjoyed this commentary, even if it was mostly just about the leg stuff. Later.